y'all, welcome back. It's Taren here with Legit Mom Life, and today I'm bringing you an updated girls haircut tutorial. Y'all have been loving all of my other haircut tutorials during this time while salons are still closed, so I'm so glad you're enjoying them. Also check them out down below in the description box. I'll link all of my other haircut tutorials there as well. Today we're just going to be doing a simple girls trim. I'm not going to be taking much length off at all. We're just going to shape it up. We're still working on growing Miss Brindley's hair out. So it's just going to be a simple haircut. Also, I want to mention that all of the products that I will be using in today's video, I will link down below in the description box as well. So make sure you check that out. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so this is just a child's hair cutting cake, which you will also find in the links down below in the description box. So the only items that you need is a spray bottle, and then I have just a regular barber's comb here, and my hair cutting shears. I also have these exact shears linked down below, but I do have other more affordable options. The way that you hold hair cutting shears, you're gonna hold them like this, and your ring finger goes through just like that, and then your pinky will rest and you'll cut just like this. All right, so first we're just gonna evenly saturate her hair and spray it all down. Then you'll just want to comb all of that through and make sure that it's all evenly distributed. You don't want any dry pieces. Everything needs to be all wet and saturated. If you do have any parts that are still dry, it will result in an uneven haircut. So just make sure the hair is all nice and evenly saturated with water. All right, so to ensure that the back is evenly cut, you'll want to section off the hair. You can use just a small clip, and we're going to take little sections at a time working up the head. Okay, so when you have this sectioned off, you'll want to just comb out a middle section, and that's where we're going to start our guide. So this is where you're going to decide how much hair you actually want to take off. Like I said, in this case, we're not taking much off at all. We're just doing a trim. Also, if you have a client with wavy hair, you'll want to use light tension. Don't pull too hard because that will result in the hair being shorter than you thought. So I'm just going to start my guide, how much I want to take off, and just take off a little bit just like that. Then you'll come straight across and just carry that straight line right across. Then you'll work that straight line all the way across to the other side before moving on to the next section. And while doing this part, it's best to have your client look down. We'll do the same thing we just did before, taking a middle section down here, and then when you comb it straight down, you should be able to see behind the guide that you just cut. So you're just literally going to cut along that same straight line all the way across again. Now I'm just moving on to that last section of hair on top. So I'm just combing everything straight down to make sure it's nice and even, and then taking that same middle section again and cutting straight across. Also, I do want to mention that on this afternoon that I filmed this, Brindley was really tired and just getting wiggly and all over the place, which I know all of you moms can relate to your kids being like that too. So just know that we did the best we could. Once you have the entire back section cut, I like to make a part a little bit behind the ear. So you're grabbing a little bit of the hair that you just cut before, and then you're going to comb that straight down. And then here you'll see your guide where it's shorter in the back. You're going to carry that line all the way forward, cutting straight across. Next, to cross-check your work, you can simply glide your fingers down the strands of the hair on each side of the head, and then that'll give you a better idea whether it's even or not. Next, I'm going to work on trimming the layers in her hair. If your client's hair is all one length, then you don't have to do this part. You can simply skip it. But I'm taking a middle section down the back of the head and then combing that straight out in a 90-degree angle. And you'll see at the bottom where it's shorter, and you're just going to continue that guide all the way straight up. So you can see at the bottom here where my guide is. It's shorter at the bottom and longer up top where I haven't cut yet. So I'm just continuing that straight line, working that all the way up the head. And you don't have to worry about taking it too far up. I'm going to just about here, and then we'll do the top section next. Now I'm taking half of the section that I just cut. You can just comb a straight line through it and picking up new hair that I have not cut yet. When you comb it straight out, you'll see through there where your guide is at and how much you need to take off. So just continue parting the sections like we just did here and working that guide all the way around the head. So again, here I am literally taking the section I just cut and parting it in half and then picking up some more new hair that I haven't cut yet. And again, like I said, you'll see that guide right through all of that hair and you'll know where to cut. And then we'll keep continuing those same steps until we've worked all the way around the head. Now that I have trimmed those layers all the way around the head, it's time to move forward to the bang area, which my daughter doesn't actually have bangs, but I do a little bit of a face frame on her, and you can see underneath she has a ton of little baby hair still coming in, and I'm just not going to touch those. I want those to continue to grow for her. So you can take a small section here in the front, just like I'm doing here, and comb that straight down and just take off however much length that you prefer. Again, in this case, I'm only trimming, so I just took off a little bit here. Then I'm taking a little bit more hair down the side, and you'll see I angle my fingers to the side, and I'm literally taking my guide from the middle that I just cut and making it even down towards the length of her hair on the side. So that way it all blends in nicely there. Now that section that we just cut will serve as your guide for the very top. So I'm taking a thin section right down the middle of the head and combing it straight up. And you'll see in the very front where it's shorter, where you just cut, and you're just gonna work that guide again in a straight line all the way back towards the back of the head. And then you can blend it down into the sides where we already cut before. So again, here it's shorter in the front, longer in the back. So just take that line and work it straight back. Then once I have this entire middle section cut, then I'm going to come around and comb everything straight up, and then you'll see right in the middle where you just cut, that section is shorter. So now that can serve as your guide, and basically you'll work across the head now, kind of from ear to ear, just combing everything straight up, and you'll see the sections that are shorter where you've previously cut, and you're just going to want to match that up and make it a nice straight line again. So just continue taking small sections, combing all that hair straight up until all of that top section is all blended in. If you found this free tutorial helpful, I would be so grateful for your donation by clicking the link down below in the description box. As you can see, her hair is looking so much more healthy, and you can see all the movement in there with those layers, and it just feels so much better. So I went ahead and shampooed and blow dried her hair so you can kind of see the final look here. All right, so after cutting, we did go ahead and shampoo and blow dry it. And I wanted to mention, if your daughter has really tangly hair, or even if not, I use this on myself as well, I highly recommend this product and a wet brush. This makes it so easy to detangle hair while it's wet. So just use this in the place of a comb, and then you can blow dry and style as normal. Highly recommend this stuff. So this was just a basic girls trim. You can do it on women's hair as well. Basically the same principles, but as you can tell, it just looks much more healthy, and you can see the layers in there, and it just feels so much better. But that wraps up this tutorial. I really hope you found it helpful. If you did, hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.